assumptions were correct. The research sanctum has been attacked. I see signs of a recent struggle. I found the corrupted insignia of the Imperial Guard on the corpses. Deserters and heretics, that's for sure.
Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Inquisitor. And we're back with our Inquisitor right here. He's, well, he's level 4. not exactly the most powerful thing ever, but we are now going to enter the Last World, a frozen world first inhabited by a colony of penitents living under the surface for centuries. It has grown into a vast network of subterranean cities, but the original vaults are dying. Prolonged warp surges created a phenomenon called creeping ice on the northern hemisphere, which devours anything that produces heat. The population of the affected areas live inside armored vaults, eventually to be cracked open by the ice anomaly. And it is a death world. That sounds fun. Let's go, shall we? We need to, don't we? Because we need to find the what is it now? The Biologus. Yes, that's it. The Biologus. Alright. Mining rig mission. I have followed the coordinates to one of the possible locations where Metrodora Thelema could be pursuing her research on the source of the epidemic. The area is teeming with hostiles. Of course it is. Alright, so I'm ready. We apparently don't know which enemies we're fighting, so this is gonna be fun. Alright, so we've appeared. And, well, I just hope that I don't have to deal with too much creeping ice. Now, bear in mind that I still have my wonderful legendary two-handed axe, and I also have that wonderful void shield, which I'm going to be using actually right now, because as far as I'm aware, it has unlimited duration until it gets destroyed.
The Astra Militarium have taken over the area, and they're fighting with the loyal Imperial Guards. The rebels have surrounded the colony where the Magos Biologus might be holed up, and their mortars attack the Imperial fort with artillery fire.
I've just walked straight into a war, haven't I?
It seems like it.
Gotta take care of the rebel mortars first.
Ah, that's great, isn't it?
Right side. Finally silence.
Right, so, yeah, apparently there's a war going on, and, well, I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm happy to just, you know, absolutely slaughter and cleave through everyone. That sounds like a good plan. Anyway, I'm gonna go up and try to deactivate all the mortars, because, I mean, that's what we're gonna do, you know, we're gonna complete all the side missions, as many as we can get our hands on, that is. Wow, there's a whole bunch of these things. Well, not anymore. There's not a whole bunch of them anymore. Yes, exactly. Alright, so I'm going to be playing this a little bit more, shall we say, Diablo-esque, where you just kind of run ahead and you just kind of try and gather as many enemies as possible so that your AoE abilities can actually deal the most damage possible, because that's going to give me more of everything, you know? It's going to give me more chances to get kill streaks. It's going to give me, just in general, much better everything. So I'm pretty happy to do it like that, and there's obviously a huge amount of enemies incoming. This is awesome. This is really, really cool. This is the reason why I love these games, because they just literally give you huge amounts of enemies to fight, and then you can just murder everything. Ah, I see. Apparently they're attempting to bomb the entire area now. That's not very nice of them, is it? Well, never mind. We should be absolutely fine. I'm going to use my shield once again, and we're going to take out the named. And they're going to continue bombing the area as far as I'm aware, so I'm going to have to continue moving. So I guess my strategy of being able to continue moving is a pretty decent idea. Well, that was quite a mess, wasn't it? Yes, an absolute mess.
The Marauder farmers have retreated. You're safe to proceed.
Alright, so let's try to destroy this, or... Yes, deactivate it.
How do you dare to turn our weapons against us?
Right, so a teleport beacon? I actually have no idea what this means. Ah, that's awesome. Oh, okay. So, yeah, developers, oh yeah, you got the thumbs up from me, because obviously, you know, running around in a Diablo-esque game and not having any enemies to fight, that's just not the way to do it. So what they do is they give you a little bit of a teleport to make your way back to the action a little bit quicker. That's pretty nice. Gotta say, I'm actually really pleased that I decided to go for this particular class, because personally, whenever I'm playing a game like this, I like to play melee characters. I mean, yeah, you know, there's always a place for, you know, ranged in some respects, because ranged obviously does have awesome magic abilities and spells and all kinds of cool stuff like that. But in general, I just like getting in there, you know, getting into the action and the thick of it, and being able to deal massive damage as a result. And what's actually going on here? Are you attempting to do something? I'm going to stop you from doing that, thanks very much. And let's just continue to move on, actually, to the other mortars here. I should probably use my shield, shouldn't I? Yes, using my shield would probably make sense. And speaking of that, I should probably try and find a supply cache. I think there is a supply cache actually back from where we came, or maybe somewhere around there, because I think that's probably quite necessary for us at the moment. Okay, this guy is going to need to get executed. Yeah. Is he dead? Yeah, he seems like he's dead. Now, just bear in mind that I don't actually have any grenades anymore, because obviously I'm using the void shield now, so that's definitely something that we need to take into account. We obviously can't, you know, just run into whatever and then be like, oh yes, I have all the AoE in the world.
Mortar deactivated. That will teach a lesson to this rabble.
Alright, so is there another teleporter here? It seems like there's not another teleporter here, but maybe there'll be some enemies on the way back. Hopefully there will be. If there's not, then it's not really a big deal, I suppose. Anyway, there is a medical supply here. I don't think that's going to give me what I require. Inoculator refill. No, that's not going to give me anything. I hope that I'll be able to find some more supplies, because having that void shield is utterly fantastic. It really is a wonderful item. And actually, speaking of items, I did place most of my gear in the storage, most of the good gear in the storage, and I placed the other stuff that I don't necessarily need or want, place that in the merchant's bag. Yes, in the merchant's bag. So, yeah, it gave me a whole bunch of money and all kinds of stuff for that, and I apologize for the wonderful view that I gave us there. Anyway, there's a teleport beacon here. Apparently I can destroy this. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to do, but I guess I just killed most of the enemies anyway. So let's just continue onward. And I don't really want to use my one-handed chainsword anymore, because the two-handed is just so much fun. Oh well. I mean, we have AoE abilities anyway. I mean, we have enough AoE abilities, so it's not like I need the shield shockwave.
Soon, Inquisitor. The Marauder bombers are launching a second wave of bombardment.
Second wave, huh? Yeah, there's the second wave of mortar bombardment. That's great. Oh, apparently I can't jump over that. Oh well. I was hopeful that I might be able to use my execution ability to kind of charge at them, but it seems like that's not really working out for me today.
The last mortar is down. Try to move against the Imperial Guard now, rebels.
Good work. The rebels won't be able to launch artillery fire for a while.
Oh, look at that! I'm actually able to use this? Wow. Okay, I had no idea. I had no idea that you could actually take control of these things. That's pretty awesome. Alright, well, let's move on. We have done and indeed deactivated all of the mortars, as well as completed the side objective. And yes, that is indeed her. Fantastic.
This is an Adeptus Mechanicus quarantine zone, Inquisitor. You must leave.
You should have told me that before I came in to rescue you.
If that was an attempt at sarcasm, you're wasting your time. Rest assured, the Conclave will be notified of your support.
I've been looking for you for a while. I need your expertise.
I'm a high-ranking geneticist of the Machine God. My extraordinary skill set is undoubtedly best employed here.
I have an Adeptus Astartes with grievous injuries on my ship, and I need him walking and talking. How often do you have the opportunity to work on one of the angels made flesh?
This new information requires me to reconsider. I will accompany you, Inquisitor.
Well, there we have it. Now, yeah, it seems like the new information certainly made a huge difference to whether she wanted to come with us. Otherwise, she wasn't going to. Anyway, let's open this up and see what we're going to be getting. Hopefully, it's going to be some awesome stuff. Maybe some. Ooh, nah, that's not as good, is it? Nah, I don't think it is as good. This chainsaw's pretty nice, though. I'm probably going to use that instead of what I currently have on. Alright, so I actually did a heroic deed, which is do a total of 500,000 damage with melee skills, and we unlocked Astartes' combat training. That's the skill tree we unlocked. Alright, after numerous ordeals, I've managed to track down an experienced Magos Biologus. During my search for this Metrodora Thelema, I restored an order on an infested astropathic relay station and brought the Emperor's justice to the wretched spawns of Nurgle. The Magos Biologus will now begin her work on the wounded Adeptus Astartes, who would hopefully provide me with important clues about the Martyr. Alright, so we now have all of these things that we've unlocked. We've unlocked the plasma gun item type as well as the inoculator. And we've unlocked, there we go, we've unlocked a utility harness as well, that's a perk. And belt abilities gain +2 charges, that's pretty awesome. Alright, so there's the Metrodora person over there, and I guess we'll speak to her.
I need an update on the Space Marine. How is he?
First, you need to know that each Space Marine has an artificial organ called the sus-an membrane. It allows them to enter a state of suspended animation if they're lethally injured. I'm bringing him back slowly. Meanwhile, I have already completed the sanctified surgical rites and supplied this man with bionic and mechanical implants.
Can I talk to him?
You can talk to me, Inquisitor. I can't promise to answer all your questions, though.
First of all, who are you? Who are the Storm Watchers?
With all due respect, I can't go into any classified details. You need to get the necessary clearance level first, but I can tell you this much. We are the Chamber Militant of the Conclave. We have been working for the Inquisitors of the Caligari sector for a very long time, in secret.
Do you always work for untrustworthy Inquisitors like Klosterheim?
Klosterheim left me on the Martyr to die a useless death. Do I feel furious? By the Emperor, yes. But no, I don't think he is a heretic, if that is what you're implying.
Do you have any ideas where he could be now?
I am certain he is still on the Martyr. He is seeking something there, but I have no idea where the ship went.
How did you find the Martyr in the first place?
Klosterheim has ties to a mysterious sect of tech priests called the Requisitioners. They are the experts on the supposed tech relics of Uther Tiberius, the leader of the Martyr. They helped him to find the wreck. They have a research sanctum on Cardian 2 in the Chernobyl system.
That's a lead, of sorts. They might help me to find the monastery again.
Ah, a lead of sorts, eh? Okay, well, let's go to the star map then. Actually, before we do that, we should probably go over to our skills and take a quick look and see what's actually going on here. Right, so we do have our close combat abilities here. Grants plus 7% damage bonus to melee skills when facing more than 3 opponents within 5 meters. That might actually be pretty decent, and that's the thing, it doesn't lead anywhere, which is kind of a shame. I would have liked it to maybe lead somewhere a little bit better, but as it stands, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, most of the other things, and by that I mean skill trees, obviously, are not exactly what I'd like to spec into. So I guess, you know what? I guess we're just literally going to continue where we're going here, and I'm going to do that because we're usually surrounded by a whole bunch of enemies, so getting some additional damage is always a good idea. Anyway, we do have our inventory here. Does anything seem to pop out at us? Is anything good? Is anything much better than what we're using? This is obviously much better, so let's use that. And is there anything else? Well, obviously the Great Axe is just insanely good. Right, okay, well, I'm gonna just replace the chainsaw, there we go, and we are now ready. Alright, so let's go to the star map, and we'll go to the Chernobog system by the looks of things. That seems to be our next destination. Which is where? I have no idea. I guess I'm gonna have to go all the way out, aren't I? So how do I do that, actually? Yes, go back to the subsector, I guess. Alright, so there's the Chernobog system. It has a power level of 125, so technically it is a little bit more dangerous than what we've currently been facing. We are at power level 111, so technically we should have, well, an okay time. But let's go to Cardian 2 then. I guess that's going to be the place we'll go to. Cardian 2. Let's go to Cardian 2, yes. That's exactly where we need to be. Alright. This world has been under Adeptus Mechanicus quarantine for centuries, to the discovery of a particularly large number of city-sized machines that once belonged to a now extinct Xenos race. The unfortunate but unavoidable consequences of this quarantine was the demise of the local population, and now only savages roam this graveyard of long-forgotten technologies. Alright, so apparently this mission itself is actually power level 50, so we should be absolutely fine to complete it, no problem at all. But there are a couple of other things to do here that we might be able to participate in. Acting on the information received from Caius Thorn, I am approaching the research sanctum of a marginal Adeptus Mechanicus artificer sect specializing in archaeotech artifacts, more specifically in relics with supposed ties to Uther Tiberius, the mythical leader of the Martyr. The research sanctum is not responding to our calls. It might be part of their security protocol, but I'm expecting trouble. Let's do it.
My assumptions were correct. The research sanctum has been attacked. I see signs of a recent struggle. I found the corrupted insignia of the Imperial Guard on the corpses. Deserters and heretics, that's for sure.
And what were they doing there, looting the tech priest base?
They must be either extremely reckless or very determined. I'll find out soon enough.
Yes, soon enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to search for information here. I have my wonderful two-handed axe at the ready, and we are already encountering opposition. But thankfully I have a huge amount of damage at my disposal, so I should be fine. Gonna use my Void Shield right now. It seems to have almost an unlimited duration for the most part, with the exception of it being destroyed. So I'm gonna just try and use it whenever it has expired, I guess. And that might actually be happening more, well, sooner than I think.
What is this research sanctum exactly, Inquisitor?
It belongs to one of the specialist divisions of the Adeptus Mechanicus, studying ancient artifacts.
It surely has nothing to do with old conflicts being weirdly abandoned.
Careful, Captain. You're being sarcastic again. Repent!
And we still haven't lost the shield. It's pretty crazy how powerful it actually is. Don't get me wrong, it's very appreciated to be able to just run through basically anything so far. And I'd like to find some supply crates as well, because, you know, using this obviously is going to use a charge up. Wow, that is some insane damage. 1600 damage. Alright, so let's take a look at the map here and just make sure I'm going in the right... Yeah, I am actually going in the right direction. Amazing, I actually didn't think that I was going in the right direction for a second there. Gonna use another charge of my shield.
To protect it.
Oh, okay. I thought for a second there that I actually glitched the game out a little bit by hiding behind the interactable object and just having them not really know what to do. But yeah, I'm just gonna actually continue interacting with this and see if I can complete it.
Certainly. Could be evidence in my investigation.
Well, that was quite a massacre at the end there, wasn't it? That was pretty awesome. Anyway, let's take a look and see... okay, so I'm going to have to go all the way around here. I don't really mind that so much. I mean, as long as I have enemies to slaughter, it's all good. And we're going to be getting additional experience, I guess, from every single one we kill.
Could have helped Lord Plusterheim.
The Martyr is probably another ancient relic of the past. If anyone knows anything about that ship, I'll find him here.
How are you planning to proceed?
They are boarders. If they have found anything useful, it will be here.
Inquisitor, the hostiles are wreaking havoc on the corridors.
Don't worry, I'll make sure that they don't destroy this cogitator.
Right, so technically I can just stand here, interact with this while I have my void shield on, and not have to worry at all about them actually killing me at all. So I think that's pretty fine. I don't really need to worry about it, and while this is happening, obviously they're just grouping up for my wonderful AoE damage.
Die, unclean!
Well, we're done with that one, and I'm actually going to use a little bit of healing here. Because you never know, maybe I'll come across some healing supplies as well, and, you know, it's good to be able to utilize it.
Not a boring day at all.
Oh, a gas trap, huh? Oh, okay. Well, I actually don't even need to worry about this, to be honest, so let's murder everything in the area, shall we? Thank you. Okay, so, how do I destroy whatever is causing the gas? Oh, I apparently have to hit the door. Oh, okay. Okay, so can I... now I can proceed. Oh, okay. I actually wonder whether I could have hit the other door. Maybe I could have hit the other door. Oh, well, never mind. It resulted in the same thing, me being able to get out.
make sure the Cogitator survives this engagement.
I was actually kind of hoping that me destroying all of the enemies would give me much more breathing room, and it seems like it has. So it seems like me ignoring them previously was maybe not the wisest decision, but it's not really a big deal. As we've seen, you know, we are easily capable of deflecting most of the damage that they're able to deal here. I am losing a little bit of suppression here. As you can see, my resistance is going down ever so slightly. Oh, okay, well, we can actually read this now while they're politely just allowing me to do that. Anyway, Colonel Anderson, you must be surprised to see this name again, but I have no time to waste on diplomatic pleasantries. I'm aware of your background, including your strange disappearance from the ranks of the Astra Militarum and the tragic death of Commissar Geschke. Under normal circumstances, my approach would be different, but right now, I need your services. My agents informed me about your connection to the Requisitional Expedition. I had dealings with them in the past, but recently our relationship reached a breaking point. That's why your beasts need to step in. My orders are to destroy the Adeptus Mechanicus presence on the Cardian 2, leave no survivors and take no prisoners, erase the data vaults, and a senior agent of mine will accompany your men to assess the tech relics on the base. That's non-negotiable. I will compensate you later for any possible friction. Once finished, leave a token force behind to take care of any visitors. The expedition has other minor suppliers and you don't need any loose ends. No wanton destruction of any machinery. These tech priests are more or less outcasts, but their machines are sacred. Avoid tech barbarism unless you want serious fallout from the Adeptus Mechanicus. An interrogator will visit you shortly with detailed information. Should you fail to comply with my orders, the Commissariat will learn everything about your recent endeavors. If my messenger is harmed, I will personally torture you to death. Nothing personal, but my authority needs to be respected even by self-righteous outlaws like you. I'll attach the coordinates of the location where you have to deliver the hostage. Best regards, Inquisitor Klosterheim. P.S. I attached my binary rosette if you still have doubts about my identity. Use it wisely, or even better, don't use it at all, unless absolutely crucial. Alright.
The plot thickens, Captain. These former Imperial Guards were working with the priests and
Considering that we're grasping for these on a mythical ship that shouldn't even exist, this is not disturbing. At all. So what next?
This infiltration team must have a commander. I'll hunt him down and ask him some questions. I'm sure he'll be willing to cooperate.
And we need those two priests alive, if they are still alive.
Right, so yes, the plot thickens indeed, and apparently we now have to hunt down the leader, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get this medical supply, thank you very much, and we've now got full inoculated charges, so even if we do have some issues with the boss himself, I don't think we're really going to have to worry too much. And I've dragged a whole bunch of units over here, so I guess what I should do is actually try and kill them. Ah, there's the leader now. Okay, this might be more difficult than I anticipate, but we'll see. Yes, as I anticipated. Very, very difficult. So, a little bit more difficult than what we've had to endure in the past, but let's see if I'm able to do a little bit extra here. Okay, so he's a PSYMASTER by the looks of things, okay. Alright, so what is this chest actually doing over here? Is that actually anything that I can use? No, it's just a bunch of loot. Oh, okay.
Kill the heretic!
there we go, we're actually fine. Okay, so, order for officers only. Listen up, beasts. Our business with the cog lovers has been very profitable, but it's time to move on. We have a more powerful patron now, and he wants these freaks dead. Orders are orders. I'll keep an eye on everything here on Charkov while you take care of business in the Sanctum. Feel free to whine about the need for secrecy and all, but we all know how much you love to chatter. We don't need that. 1. Study, memorize, and burn the plan I sent you. Okay, apparently they didn't do that. And follow it to the last letter. We only have one shot. The cog lovers have some impressive gear. 2. We need all of them dead. No survivors, except one lucky joker who will work for us from now on. Cut off its limbs if you have to, I don't care. Just bring me a breathing tech priest. Once again, tech priest. No servitors, or I will be very disappointed. 3. Probably you aren't too happy about our guest. Neither am I. Deal with it. He is our contact to the new patron. Do what he says. 4. Don't leave any bodies behind. And definitely don't leave their bodies behind. Those implants fetch a high price. Don't touch, don't tinker with machines unless it's absolutely necessary. 5. Switch off every cogitator, vox, or apparatus. I hope I don't need to explain who and what we are messing with. That's why I'm writing on a scroll, like an ecclesiarchy scribe. Yes, I think that's what it says. 6. There will be losses. Take it like a man. You will get the share of your fallen comrades. First round is on me when you get back. If things go sideways, don't return to the station. Use the safe base as a staging point.
Mission accomplished. I found the commander of the infiltrators.
And is he ready to cooperate?
I'm sure he would love to assist the Inquisition, if he were still alive.
I'm afraid we have different definitions of success.
Quite the contrary, Captain. I have found crucial information. First of all, I know where they took their tech priest hostage. Secondly, now I have proof that it was Lord Klosterheim who personally ordered the hit on these requisitioners.
That's insane. Has he fallen to the ruinous powers?
It is a possibility, but I reserve judgment. Inquisitors sometimes need to use radical solutions for the sake of the Imperium. But it's true. It doesn't look good.
Well, it doesn't look good at all, that's for sure, and especially considering that last boss fight actually gave me a little bit of trouble. Most of the game has not been extremely difficult so far, but that one certainly was, probably because I just ran in and didn't really have too much of a plan, but, you know, running in is always fun. Anyway, let's open up our loot chest here and see what we're actually going to get. Oh, nice, that's actually a really nice signum right there, and... is there anything else here? Oh, there's actually 2. Very nice. Okay, and we got some better armor as well. Very good. Okay.
Captain, we have no time to lose. The only survivor of the Tech Priest sect is the prisoner of these feral beasts. He could be my only lead.
Warp travel in this sector is still dreadfully unpredictable, but I'll talk to my navigator.
Alright, so we now have priority assignments, yes. Priority assignments are extended inquisitorial investigations that consist of multiple procedurally generated missions, strung together into a short campaign. Astropath Remigius Clemet is your connection between you and the Conclave who can give you new assignments with a limited completion time. Right, okay. Well, I actually didn't read all of that at the time, but anyway, yes. Maximize your chance of success and keep collateral risk low at priority assignments briefings. Complex investigations involve additional personnel and assets. They start with a special briefing where you must make decisions. Read the background information to familiarize yourself with the task. Okay. You can buy 1 advantage to improve your odds. Make sure you read through the list before you choose. Priority assignment missions end with a debriefing where you can read about the results of your actions and the developments of the case. Sometimes you'll be presented with a decision about how you want to proceed. Choose the option that you think is most important for your task. Well, thanks very much. Alright, and we also gained another heroic deed. Stun, knock down, or make your enemies flee at least 250 times. Nice. Alright, well that will be it for this episode. If you'd like to see more, do by all means let me know, and otherwise I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.